Wichita Falls police were busy this weekend making multiple felony arrests, one after a lengthy chase and the other thanks to a shoe print that was left at the scene.
Josh Hoggard is joining us now with a look at some of the latest arrests in Wichita Falls, as well as an update on a trial that was set to get going today. Josh?
Yeah, guys, law enforcement officials in Wichita Falls were definitely busy this weekend with multiple new arrests on the books. First, a man arrested yesterday after police say a car chase ended with the suspect fleeing on foot before he was later found smoking meth underneath a set of stairs. 19-year-old Caden Williams was booked into jail yesterday on charges of tampering with physical evidence, unauthorized use of a vehicle, and evading arrest. He remains in custody on bonds totaling $27,500. Yesterday, WFPD officers on patrol said they observed a Kia Forte that had been reported stolen in the parking lot of the Wayfarer Motel. And when they activated their overhead lights, the vehicle took off, with the driver identified as Williams, leading police on a lengthy chase. Police say Williams fled the vehicle on foot and was later discovered underneath a set of stairs at a building on North 2nd Street with his hands balled up in front of his face. That's when they say he produced a small glass pipe that he lit and then began to smoke before he complied with officers' instructions. They say he then smashed the pipe onto the concrete, and when officers later examined the broken glass, they saw a white powdery substance that later field tested positive for methamphetamine. Court records show that Williams had just began a 3-year probation sentence after pleading guilty in August to drug possession. Wichita Falls police also arrested a man this weekend after he had admitted to breaking into a building, stealing keys to a piece of heavy machinery, and then driving it through a fence before parking it near a residence where it was discovered by police. Michael Cunningham was booked into jail early this morning on charges of criminal mischief, theft of property, burglary of a building, and unauthorized use of a vehicle. Police say they were dispatched to a location on Galveston Street in response to a report that a skid steer was removed from the property. That's a piece of heavy machinery often used in construction. You can see a picture of it right there on your screen now. Officers began canvassing the nearby vicinity when they located a skid steer that matched the description from the reporting party in the area of Evelyn and Terrell Streets. They saw nearby that Cunningham was standing outside the residence on Mississippi Avenue. Officers say shoe impressions observed at the scene matched the impressions made by Cunningham's shoes, so they took him in for questioning, finding a set of keys in his jacket pocket. In an interview, he admitted to entering the building, taking tools, driving the skid steer through a fence, and then onto a public roadway. And an update on a jury trial we reported last week that was set to begin today in the 78th District Court, but has since been delayed and reset for the final jury trial week of this year. Kelly Ray Andrews was set to face a judge and jury beginning today and indicted on 7 child sex crime charges, continuous sexual abuse of a child, aggravated sexual assault of a child, and 5 counts of indecency by contact. Now, jury selection was scheduled to begin this morning, and officials anticipated that testimony would begin this afternoon. However, courthouse officials informed us this morning that due to an illness, the trial had to be rescheduled, and that it will now begin on December 8th. The final week of jury trials in Wichita County for 2025. Now, of course, for the latest on felony cases in Texoma, for more new arrests, recently filed indictments, details from court documents, pending appeal cases, and upcoming jury trials, make sure that you're following us on air and online at Texomashomepage.com.
All right, a lot to start off the week with. Josh, thank you so much for those updates.